black top.
Hello. Yeah, I'm really sorry, but I have a huge issue with Richard talking about the incompetence of his colleagues on the panel when he was willing to put forward a candidate last week for a mayoral electorate position within our county council that was not qualified, not educated, not knowledgeable to do the role, didn't even want to do it until someone went into his emails and it slid into his DMs effectively and asked him. And the fact that
you're talking about Luke Campbell.
I'm talking about Luke Campbell.
So let me just, for those who don't know, so Luke Campbell, who is a former Olympic champion boxer, and he was elected for Hull and East Yorkshire, and yes, he's not held political office before.
Yes, sorry.
Mayor.
Yeah, and what I would say to you, Richard, the fact that you are willing to put somebody in that position to manage this city in terms of its budget, the people in it and what is best for us shows me everything that I need to know about you as a politician and you as a party, which is this is not about people, it is about power, and that is it with reform. And I'm sorry, that is the stance of many people that I know, and I am so disappointed in the way that we've gone last week because of this.
Briefly.
Well, at the end of the day, voters voted Luke in by a considerable majority. And of course, we've all now got, in elected positions, we've got to stand up and deliver. And that challenge is for Luke as well as it is for Andrew Jenkins as elected mayor of Greater Lincolnshire, just south of here. So yeah, the pressure's on and we're not afraid of that. But actually, maybe if the Conservatives have broken Britain and Labour's in the process of bankrupting Britain, maybe actually we should have successful people from other walks of life who actually can come in and sort things out. And I think Luke will bring people together and can do a great job as mayor in bringing lots of different people together, getting over sort of hurdles, maybe getting over the traditional sort of knockabout between the two main parties. And with his track record of success, I think actually the good residents and constituents should give him a chance. And I think that's why they voted him in.
But you're not actually listening to what that lady said, are you? That lady...
I've listened to it.
And now you're not letting me talk. That lady has just said that you have kind of come into Hull, said we know best, and, you know, people in Hull, and I think elsewhere, have voted for reform because they're sick of mainstream parties, and they thought, let's coin toss it, let's give reform a chance. And she's just told you she's got legitimate concerns, and you've essentially sort of patted her on the head and said, don't worry, we know what we're doing, we've got zero plan,
I've said we welcome the scrutiny and the challenge is on, and we will respond to that. And so now the challenge is for us to deliver. Absolutely right.
Well, can I just say, given that Luke Campbell was elected as mayor, we haven't heard from anyone who supported that decision, and obviously there will be people in this audience who supported that decision. Let's hear from one. Yes, man in the check shirt there.
So I've been a Tory voter all my life. Most of my family are, most of my friends are. I would say now 90% of them vote reform. That is because, you know, we had a lot of years of a Conservative government that didn't do a good job particularly. You know, unpopular decisions were often made and ineffective decisions. Equally, you know, most of my sort of circle couldn't bring themselves to vote Labour. I mean, I'm an accountant, and the way that you're handling the economy is just... it's economic illiteracy, to be honest with you. Give Luke Campbell a chance. He can't do any worse than what's gone previous. He honestly can't. He can't do any worse than what's gone previously. And as to he's not qualified, he's got no experience, everybody has to start somewhere. Reform have to start somewhere. At some point, we have to challenge the status quo because the status quo isn't working for Britain, is it?
Okay. All right. Let's move on. But before we do, I want to tell you where we are next week, in case you